called World Games. That's what it tells you. What it doesn't tell you is what world. I mean, I don't see anybody on Earth throwing telephone poles or surviving head trauma that severe. Ugh, Jesus. It's World Games for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Freaking Kepler 78b games. So World Games was released in 1985, same year as Back to the Future, The Goonies, and First Blood Part 2. So the bar was pretty high. Fortunately, the athletes of World Games can jump over anything. Cue the high jump! Oh, there's no high jump in this game? Okay, how about the long jump? Wait, there's no long jump either? Well, what the f*** do they do in this game? Alright, hold on a second. Riding bulls, vandalizing public property, throwing their friends into a lake. These aren't international sports games. These are the poor decisions of a drunk guy during and immediately after a night at the bar. World Games is a pretty literal name for this game, because some of its games are literally games. Not games like, oh, sports. No, they're games like, oh, let's spin this log until the other guy falls in the water. Apparently gets eaten by sharks. So games like Mario Party, only on acid. So minigames, basically. Sadistic and bizarre, but minigames. This is a collection of 8 minigames from 1985. If that sounds like it would suck, that's because it kind of does. Now, of course, even in 1985, minigames would vary in quality, even within the same collection. It's the same story with World Games. Some of them aren't bad. Actually, the diving game's one of the good ones. You're diving from this rocky cliff. You actually get to choose from a couple different ledges before you jump. So you basically get to pick the height. Then you have to guide your diver straight into the water. But straightening your jump also causes you to drift. So you have to time it just right. And once you hit the water, you have to make sure your diver pulls up and doesn't slam into the bottom. So there's actually some nuance to this one. I didn't mind the barrel jump either. And this one really does feel like something from Mario Party. You have to mash the D-pad, alternating left and right as fast as you can to build up your speed. Then you have to jump at just the right moment to clear the logs. If you wait too long... And like the diving game, there's actually a bit of skill to this. I mean, it's easy to clear the logs, but the more you play, the better feel you get for how to build speed and when to jump. And you start to jump further and further. Which, you know, that's the result of learning a game's mechanics, when games have those, because some don't, you know. Some games think they're above little details like coherent gameplay and controls that make sense. Not to name names or anything. Fucking log roll. And actually, as button mashy and nonsensical and impossible to figure out as the log roll is, worst game on this cartridge by far is weightlifting. And it shouldn't even be close, only it is close, because the rest of the games want to win the suck trophy too. The weights are the worst, though. This is actually a timing game that doesn't tell you what the timing is. So it's like if Simon never said. That's what this is like. The whole game's about pushing buttons it never tells you, at just the right moments it never tells you. And the more weight you throw on, the shorter the window you don't know about gets. Oh, and speaking of windows, if you could play this god-awful skiing game without throwing this cartridge out the window, congratulations. That's not snow. That's the frozen tears of the 1980s. And cocaine. Cocaine was big in the 80s. World Games is kind of a silent game, too. There's very little music. What's there also varies from game to game in terms of quality. And the graphics aren't very good either. Sorry to get loud there, but that's kind of what I do. I mean, even the diving game, which is one of the best. It looks like you're jumping from Poop Mountain. I don't want to know what the water is. It's freaking runoff from Poop Mountain. What's the bird doing there? What are you gonna get some food on Poop Mountain? The weird thing about this game is that in the context of a minigame collection, it's not weird at all. I mean, forget 1985. This is how minigame games tend to be now. Diving is fun, tossing poles is not. Sumo wrestling's actually kind of cool. Log rolling is actually kind of this. When you drop these weights, you're also dropping precious minutes from your life. Minutes that you'll never get back. minutes that could have been spent doing literally anything else and invariably been less of a waste. And that's World Games. Competition to see how much of your life you can drop. Thanks to Mary from Westbrook, Maine for signing us up. This is a fun competition.